I hope that doesn't mess up because I just download this directly to my YouTube channel, and if it stopped recording, I'm going to be a bit upset. I checked to make sure, and it said it was recording, and I just looked over there because it's right, that little box is right beside the comments, and it said start recording, and I thought I was recording. Okay, so this one I just used the fine tip glue pen and just put marks, and you can kind of see where I did it super fast, guys. I'm going to be honest. I did it right as I was walking out the door yesterday to go to work. So I didn't really take my time, but I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like. So that's what it would look like if you want to use and try the the fine tip glue pen. I cannot talk today. So I'm going to use Memento ink, and I'm also going to use Versamark. I'm going to use the dark and light Calypso Coral Stampin' Blends. I used the layering circles, and I just wanted to show you guys in case somebody would ask, so you know exactly which ones I use. So I have mine divided by size. So it would be the third one of the smallest, I think, or maybe the larger, we should say. And then I used this one for the scallops, okay? So that is that. And then I already told you I'm going to use the gold leafing. I got to get it scooted down here closer beside me. And then I'm also going to use my Stamparatus, and I'll show you in a minute why I'm using that. I'm going to use the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. You guys, this is carrying over. The ribbon I'm using today is not, and I'm very sad when I just looked that up. It's the Whisper White polka dot. I was very sad to find out that this is not in the new catalog, unless I missed it, but I did not see it anywhere. So I'm going to use the Dragonfly Garden bundle. So this is the stamp set with the punch. Get my stamps off there. And then my base, I'm using Calypso Coral. Move that out of the way. So this is my card base. I'm not sure what the little dots are on there. That was there yesterday. So this is a piece of Calypso Coral that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I've already embossed it because I just wanted to try to save time today. So we'll layer that there here in a minute. And then here is the scalloped and then the regular little circle that I used with those dies. Now I will tell you, I used a different embossing folder. Let me grab it really quick. This one is the Meadow Moments embossing folder, so I used this one. So this one you get 2, and these fit perfectly in our mini. But I decided at the last minute I wanted to change it and have both of them match, because you can see this one does not match that. So that's why I changed it. I just wanted those to match. Then I just have some basic white that I'm going to do my stamping and stuff on. And then I have 3 strips of the Dandy Garden 6x6 Designer Series paper, not carrying over. And these are cut at 3/4, and I just left them at 6, and then I just cut the angles that I wanted them cut at. And they're about the same length. They don't have to be the same length. They're just about the same length. Okay, so let's go ahead and we can get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I always am so fearful that I am going to forget a step because I make these a little bit, a few days, and then you're like, okay, how did I do that? And then I don't want to mess up a step. And you guys know me, I am constantly messing up on here. So I'm just going to place that down, and then I'm going to use my Memento ink and ink up the dragonfly. And I'm just going to stamp him. It doesn't really matter where you stamp him at on that piece of paper. But I'm going to keep him on there while I color him, because I want to, oh, you know what? I already messed up. See? See what I mean, guys? See what I mean? Let me clean this. Because when I tried the other one with the fine tip glue pen, I had to take this off the Stamparatus, and that's why I forgot. I need to put this back on the Stamparatus. You'll understand why here in a minute. So I'm just going to turn this, get my magnet, put that back down there. I'm going to place that where I want it, and then pick it up, and we'll ink it up again. I like to put something under there so it's not all bouncy when I'm inking it up. So let's go ahead and ink it up again. And then stamp it. Okay. And now I'm going to clean my stamp again because I'm going to use it here in a minute. And I want to make sure I get all that off there and that it's had time to dry before I go back and stamp it again. Okay, so I'm going to, and this is going to be a little bit harder for me to color, you guys, because you're watching for one thing, and I'm just reading comments, guys. And I'm going to leave it on the Stamparatus. So I'm going to try my best not to move my image because I don't want it to be moved when I stamp that image on top of this again. So I'll show you. I'm just going to, and it's kind of awkward to color at this angle because I'm not moving it, so I cannot fit it where I want it. Since we punched this out, though, it's really kind of important to not go outside the lines. Because if you go outside the lines too much, you may not get it when you punch it out. It might still be there. So I'm going to try my best. Wish me luck, guys. Okay. Yeah, Janet was telling me about road construction, and I'm telling you, where we live right now, I just feel like you can't go down a road without seeing road constructions. Even downtown, a road I take down by our jail, they've had it blocked off. It's like, come on, people. So I'm just going to go in with the dark now, Calypso Coral, and all I'm going to do is some of these lines, I'm just going to kind of trace over. And you don't have to be perfect about this. I'm just trying to darken it up in areas. So that's all I'm doing is tracing over, and I went outside the line, tack on it. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back in again because I feel like this really blends the color, and we do have the little blender you can use if you want to do that. Sometimes I feel like it lightens it too much if you use the blender for what I like, so I just like to do this. It takes, one additional step to color it again. But I feel like even when I start with the dark and then go over it with the light, that I like this better going light than putting the dark in and then going back over. I just feel like it marries the two colors together and it makes for a nicer image. So I'm just going to make sure I have all that. You guys, we are going on vacation in June to Panama City Beach, Florida. I'm going to use the dark Calypso Coral to color the body. And we have never been there. It's just right down the road from where we normally go to Destin. But we decided this year we were going to change it up a little bit. And I was on YouTube the other day. And I went outside the line again. And there was a video that popped up about a tornado. And a tornado came in from the ocean. It looks like it's just a water spout is what it looked like. But it came into land. It was a tornado. I could not believe it. I was like, oh my good gosh, are you kidding me? Okay, so now let's take Versamark, ink the image up again, and I'm just going to stamp right on top of there. And what I did for the original card, I didn't do this. I had taken it off my Stamparatus and then stamped it, and I kind of got the Versamark around the outside. So this is just if you want it perfectly on top of there. Now, before I open this up, I'm going to move this. I'm going to grab my paper, and then I just have a scrap piece of paper. And now I'm just going to take this off, move it over here. We'll still have to ink up and emboss here in a minute. I'll do the sentiment, but I'm going to put the heat stick on here. I don't know why I'm covering that up when I'm getting ready to see if I can pick this up. Just shake that off. Then I'm just going to flip that. We'll put this back in my container. You can see the gold leafing in some of that. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat tool on. And that will just melt this. They say if you overheat the heat and stick, that's what makes it not sticky. So I like to look, and just when I have it melted really good, then that's when I stop. And then open your gold leafing very slowly, because you can just see that puff of wind that just popped up when I did that. And I'm just going to dip that in there. And hopefully I heated it up enough. Oh, I think I did. And then I like to keep this sponge in here, and then you can remove as much as you want or leave on as much. So if you get, a little bit too much where you don't want it, and I kind of like that, so I'm just going to leave that alone. And then I'm just going to cover this back up. Now, let me show you guys up closer. Can you see that? So you could take off more if you want to take off more. Hey, Kay. Okay. I feel like a piece of gold leafing went on my lip, but I can't feel it now. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment, so that way we can be done with the heat tool. Now I can't find my 2 pieces of Whisper or Basic White that I had over here for that. Oh gosh, if you guys see it, yell at me, because I'm not finding it. I just had it in my hand. I just moved it to move that paper. Okay, here it is. It went underneath the extras. I accidentally brought 2 pieces of paper over. So I'm not a fan of fussy cutting. I'm going to use that. Well, I'll do it down there. So I'm going to take the sentiment and ink it up in Versamark, and then I'm just going to stamp it over on this side. This side kind of looked like it had something on it. I'm not sure what that was. Grab this piece of paper here. And I get these little containers and the little spoons at my local Dollar Tree. I just love them so much for this. Okay. Looks like I might have gotten that a little bit crooked, but I'm gonna go with it. So I'm not gonna worry about it. Let me move this. And then I'm just gonna turn the heat tool on again. Okay. Somebody's asking, does the heat and stick work with glitter? I'm not sure. I think Jessica's trying to help out and answer. Thanks, Jessica. I've not tried it with glitter, so I can't say. So I don't know. Okay, so what I was going to say before I started this was I am not a fan of fussy cutting, especially when it comes to something like this. But I gave it a try, and I went really slow, and it didn't kill me, so I'm going to try it again. So the secret is to move the paper and not your scissors. So I feel like I get sharp points, and that's what I think intimidates me, is I feel like it's not like going around that corner. I feel like I'm just going to cut this. Oops. Did you guys see that? I almost went too close. I feel like I get sharp corners, and that's what kind of intimidates me. But I went super slow the other day, and I'm just trying to leave just a little tiny border around. Just going to cut that off to make it easier. And then here I'm just going to go in, and I'm really concentrating on just turning my paper and not my scissors. Let my hand do the work. Let's move that out of the way. Now we're going to grab our punch, and we'll just pop this out. And I'm really hoping I can get that mistake where I went outside the line off there without it being too horribly bad. I think I need to raise that up a little bit. Okay. It's not too bad. I know it's there, so it's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to place a couple of dimensionals on the back, just where I have it flipped over like that. And then I'm going to use some mini dimensionals for my sentiment. think I can fit one. Maybe I better not try it. I thought I could fit one there, but I'm not going to chance it. So we'll bring this piece back in, and we need to use our ribbon before we put anything down. This was what I was afraid I was going to forget. Did I put it down? I actually put it over it. So let's put our piece of papers down first, our strips down. So these two I'm going to put down with just regular adhesive. This one I'm going to put dimensionals on because I want it popped up. So I'm just going to place dimensionals on the back of there. So I'm going to put these two down first. So let me grab my Stampin' Seal. This would not work the other day, you guys. My Stampin' Seal, no matter what I did, it would not roll. And I had so much gunk. I can't pick this up. I had so much gunk around this, and it's still, you can still see it. I still need to clean it better. I just did it to get it off there out of my way that day. But that's why it wouldn't move. So if you're having that problem, just check that out. So these, I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm just going to try to go for the center and just make sure I get them straight. So just something like this. And then this one we're just going to put in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Well, come on. So then this one I'm just going to place right in the center like that, okay? And your other stuff's going to hide it if you don't get that too straight, or if they're not even or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to place my ribbon, and let's tie it in a knot. Okay, I'm going to cut that because that's going to drive me nuts. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's straighten this up. I want to make sure I don't have any twists in it, and that I kind of have it as centered as I can get it. And I am going to be selling my stamp sets, my embellishments, paper, things like that. I am going to sell. You could tie a bow, guys. I'm just going to tie a knot. But I am going to be selling all of that. There is a group on Facebook that I use that I normally sell my stuff in. And I usually have a really good turnout on getting the stuff sold. That's how I turn around and buy the new stuff. But I am thinking about doing like a live auction on my Facebook page to sell the stuff. So let me know what you guys think, and if you'd be interested, I would like to know. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use the Tombow because this is such a tight fit on that scallop circle. I want to have the time that I need to move it, because if I use the Stampin' Seal, it's going to go down. I mean, I can peel it up, but then it's just going to warp the paper and make it not look as pretty. So because that is such a tight fit on there, I like to use the Tombow. The group I use it's just nothing but Stampin' Up. So it's Stampin' Up Retired, Discontinued, things like that. So that's why I use it. It's just Stampin' Up. But I think what I might try to do, and that's if I can find time, you guys. I am just so busy right now, and then with my kit club, and then with us going on vacation, I need to get myself a month ahead for kit club. So I told my husband the other day, I was like, I've got my work cut out for me this year. Because last year we didn't go anywhere. And then since I started exercising, that takes up time in my day. So I'm just going to put the dragonfly going in that direction, and then I'm just going to put the sentiment down in the lower right corner. So let's just put that right there like that. Then I'm going to bring in my base, and I'm actually going to pop the base up. I've really been doing this a lot lately, is popping the base up with, or the layer piece up on the base with dimensionals. I really like that look, and it just gives it a little bit of 3D. And then I'm just going to place these right on the back of the ribbon. And then peel all those off. Try not to move my ribbon on this one. We're almost done, guys. I thought this card would take longer with all of the embossing and the gold leafing, but I think we're going to get done this week quicker than what we did last week. I need to get time to design a 3D project. I haven't done a 3D project in quite a while for you guys. I have in my kit club, but for you guys, I haven't. So you can see the difference. This one has a lot more of the gold leafing than this one does. So it's however you want. And you guys could wipe off more. I mean, I could have used that sponge and wiped off more of the gold leafing if I wanted to, but I kind of liked it like that, so I just left it. Thank you, Michelle and Adrian. Thank you, guys. Oh, Linda said, I bought a stamp set from you off Facebook. So easy, and I love the stamp set. Thank you so much. This year I'm going to be better because I did sell one last year, and I felt horrible after I sold it. But the lady reached out to me, and it was missing a sentiment. And it was a stamp set I had recently used. It was one for spring. Is actually, I can't think of the name of the stamp set, but this is the project that I created on my Facebook Live. And she wasn't upset or anything, but she said, I just wanted to let you know, it's missing one of the sentiments. And I felt horrible. And so this year what I'm going to do is take a picture of the inside so people can see, because I'm a business demonstrator. I do this as a business, and I use my stamp sets, almost all of them that I purchase. And if I use them, red, the darker colors are going to stain the photopolymer. So I just, I say used or new, whatever it is. But I think this year I'm going to do a picture of the inside just so everybody can see. And then it's also going to flag me and the purchaser, hopefully, if something's missing, if I've missed something. Because I try to go through them so quick. It takes so much, you guys. Last year, I'm not even kidding you, when I posted them, it was on a Sunday. And it was early in the afternoon. And when I posted them on the site, that's all I did the rest of that day. I bet I sold 50 of them that same day. I told my husband, I was like, I can't keep up with this. My phone just kept ding, 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 ding. Because I kind of put them at a good price because I want to get rid of them. I can't use them. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Okay, I'm just looking at comments. Let me see. Hey, Jewel. Okay, guys, I don't see any questions. So I have to get ready to go to work, unfortunately. But I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me each week. It's so nice to see the same names and everything pop back up every week. You guys are just the best. Thanks for the hearts, guys. You guys are so sweet. I do too, Gianna. I miss the Saturday sales. I miss our local card class. I called Miller's the other day. They're still not allowing. I wanted to do a kickoff party for the new catalog, and that's what I was going to do. Kay, yay. Kay is a downline from somebody that's on my team, and she was reaching out that she hadn't received her catalog, but she just let me know she got it. There was something else. Oh, yes, guys, I've almost forgotten. I even wrote my note. I am going to be doing a new In Color Club. I'm going to try to post the information over the weekend. And what an In Color Club is if you want to get all the new In Colors every month for 5 months, you'll get one packet, and it'll have the ink pad, the Stampin' Blends, the paper, ribbon, the ink refiller, the Stampin' Right marker, any embellishments that goes with that color. So any new In Color that's in the catalog that's going to coordinate, that's what you're going to get. And it'll go for 5 months. I'll bill you each month, and then I'll send out the packages. Okay, Tanya. Tanya, if you missed the classes, join my kit club. I absolutely love my kit club. I love designing for my kit club. And it's a great way for you to also use and earn free Stampin' Up! Products and then receive it too, because every packet, I don't want to say what this month's is because I like it to be a surprise. But you could get an embossing folder, a ribbon, embellishments, just anything that coordinates with that project. So that's a great thing that I just love my kit club. But I'm going to go, guys, so I can get upstairs and get my lunch packed and head out the door. I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am going to try my best to do a 3D project next week. I have one that I've wanted to try to figure out a design for. And I had the oval Easter eggs, and they would have fit perfect. But I didn't have time to work on it. So Thanks, Patricia. She's in my Kit Club and she said she loves it. I love the Kit Club too. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.